Yeah, today is 31st of August 2025, and this is like the Julan time, which will go up to Purnim. Today's Thursday, so we put a yellow dress on for Thursday, Guruvar. Still raining a little bit here in Drudge, but not that much. Yeah. Julan. Yes, this is Nirmal Chand Goswami. In 2014, he takes Babaji here. Yeah. So he had me take Babaji here in 2014, 7 of November. Now this is before the opening and everything, and suffocating. No problem, no problem. Yeah. Yeah, around 8 o'clock they'll have the arti. This is only about 6:10. That's a nice time. Yeah, Julan. Actually, when the people come, I don't let them give a good swing to the deities because they might knock them down. But if you do it straight on, if you do it straight on, whew, you can really get them swinging. They're tied down very strong. That's the Julans for, so that they get a breeze. I can't allow the people to do this because they pull too hard and don't let it go back. Okay. I'm just taking advantage right here. We can't, because most of the samadhis are closed, but we are in the district of the samadhis. This is Nirmal Chand Gosai. Yeah. He tricked me into taking Babaji. He said it was Vic, but I didn't know what Vic meant. Now this is Srila Jiva Goswami. You can see through there. We'll put his face right there. Jai Srila Jiva Goswami Puja. We'll do it quick. Krishnas Das Kavi Raj. Yeah, Krishnas Kavi Raj. Now this is Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnu Par Asta Sarasata Chiva. Mud Bhakti Prasad Puri Goswami Thakur. And it's a Pushpa Samadhi. This is Ananta Vasudeva. I tried fixing this up, but some personalities got upset. Yeah. They got upset because, when you're listening to very elevated personalities, they know way more than us. So they made comments because of Ananta Vasudeva. He appeared to have left all of his service because he left his sannyas. But if somebody investigates, they see that he was not wanting to take sannyas, but was forced to take sannyas so he could be in charge and the Mahant of the whole Gaudiya Math, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's Gaudiya Math. He didn't want it. He didn't want to be manager. It was just too much headache for him. So he ran away. But he was such a good person that he ran away to Bhubaneswar, and they found him in Bhubaneswar. And then he ran away here to Vraj, but he hid himself in a sitting place of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now he's doing this with his wife. And later on, also his child that he had, but the child died of a disease. So he's moving around like this. Then, after all that, he printed. He was expert in Sanskrit. He saved 49 grunts of the 6 Goswamis, which everybody is very grateful to. They're the most important ones. He never sold one book. He never collected money. He was from them. His wife was from a well-to-do family, and he was also from a well-to-do family, but he never sold or took money like that. Somehow or other, he printed, and I'm not kidding you, if you go to Mathura and if you go to Janmastan, they have the records. He printed truckloads. The books that he translated were done in Dhaka. Can you imagine? In Dhaka, because they were the best printers, and he didn't want any mistakes. So he would do everything here, do all the layout and everything, and then go with his wife to Dhaka and make sure everything came out all right. Then he'd bring the books here. And he gave truckloads of books to the Janmastan for them to give out freely. This person was totally amazing. And then later on, when he moved out of this area and went down to Radhakund, he got because he was a very smart person, he got a government, the national government, to give him land in Radhakund area. And that land was bigger than what Krishnadas Kaviraj had left for the Mahants of Radhakund. So you can imagine, here's a person that's got land that's even more than the Mahants have of Radhakund. And that's, coming from Krishnadas Kaviraj is giving it to them. So it was a land grab. So what he did is, out of kind heart, because he wanted to help the Babajis have places to stay. So he went to the head Babaji, and he said, I'll make you part of the trust. Well, it looks like someone did something, and he died. So the person, Vishrambar Goswami, is from Radharaman, very well known, and he was like the mayor of the district of Mathura. So he knew what happened. Everybody knew what actually happened. So they brought the Mahant of Radhakund in a delicate way, because he's an elevated person. But they brought him to Mathura, and in the courts they made a decision that he was to take care of the wife of Ananta Vasudeva until she passed away or left Vrindavan. So that was a smart way of dealing with it. Instead of getting mad and trying to take some action, or for something that's very common here in India. Taking somebody's life for somebody's land is not an uncommon thing here. And also there's the disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, Bhakti Jivana Janardana Goswami. He, let's see, Kharagpur. He was mostly staying in Kharagpur, and very well known. And so many samadhis here, I could go on and on and on. This is Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj's Samadhi. These over here, these beautiful Samadhis here, are Bhakti Daitya Madhava Maharaj's Samadhi. Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Goswami and Bhakti Daitya Madhava Maharaj. Two great personalities. Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Goswami, when he came to the United States for the first and the only time, we took him and helped him in San Francisco, and then we took him down around, not all the way to Los Angeles, but around Los Angeles. I was very grateful. He kirtaniya like anything. So let's go around quick. This is my god brother, Kirtananda Swami. Yeah, Jai Kirtananda Swami. There's so much you could say, but you know, the only person that has a real vision is the pure devotee of the Lord. So, this is Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. I know it's closed, but still, he's there. And this is Bhaktivedanta Vamana Maharaj, the god brother of Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj. Many of these old places, now I fixed up at least 3 samadhis. My wife and myself, we picked about 3 samadhis that we wanted to fix up. This is one of them. Bhakti Saki. Bhakti Saki Charanadas. Bhakti Saki Charanadas. Now, he's open, and I can't even believe that I put a light in here, and oh man, they haven't even cleaned this for, oh my Lord. Okay, anyways, let him sleep. Sorry. Bhakti Saki Charana Goswami. Now, he is the one that was a disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Now, his Samadhi was all the way on the other side of Rupa Goswami's Samadhi over by Bhugarbha. But his guru was right here, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, and there was space right here. So I asked if they could please move the Samadhi here so he could be in the same vicinity of all the others, you know. And he is the one that became a disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta, and he paid for the yoga pit. Yeah, he paid for the yoga pit. And then after paying for the yoga pit, he came here to Vrindavan and he fixed up Imlitala. So Imlitala is very grateful for his service. It's just that what has happened is, as you can see, it's practically closed up here. When I was in the Navy, you know, there's always a shift called the graveyard shift. That was at the midnight shift. And I sort of like the graveyard shift. Now, I'm grateful for one thing. They moved, the Samadhi of Jayadev Goswami was right here. Now, this is a great personality too, and I can't read the Hindi. But they moved it, and they put it on the main drag. So I like that move. I paid for most of the repairs on the Samadhi. Now, this Samadhi, right? So the disciples fixed it up. But that right there is the top part of Jayadev Goswami's Samadhi. I'm glad. You know, they took the top part of the Samadhi and then they made the rest of the Samadhi. That's smart. Let's see if we can look how you have to push through just to get over here. And there's plenty of Samadhis here. But one Samadhi that I shouldn't neglect. I wish they would put a little English here. Okay, Bhaktivai Baba Puri Maharaj. Yeah, Bhaktivai Baba Puri Maharaj. And you can see him a little bit there. Jai Ho. I'm taking my time here. And you can see that there's samadhis right behind the samadhis, and that and in between the other samadhi. Oh, it's some the graveyard. Oh no, this is wonderful being here. And this is Hamsaduta. He sang like a bird. Oh. And he served a lot. Srila Prabhupada. One thing to add, sometimes they have done some things in the past, but you don't know how it's reckoned for. The amount of service they've done, you just don't know how it's reckoned for. So in the case of Ananta Vasudeva, and here we are with Jayadev Goswami, and it's open. Oh, that's very good. Yeah, well, in the case of Ananta Vasudeva, I just recently heard one of my godbrothers that when Prabhupada was leaving this planet, they asked him about his godbrother Ananta Vasudeva. So they asked him, what was the destination of Ananta Vasudeva? Oh, without even hesitating, Srila Prabhupada said, Golok. He's back. He served his guru, and he's back. Like, why are you asking, he served his guru. So that eliminated all the things that somebody may think that, he did against Bhaktisiddhanta, or he didn't follow rules and regulations. So also these great souls that help bring, Krishna consciousness all over the world, Kirtananda Maharaj, Hamsadutta Maharaj, and then we don't know. Unless a great soul says, there's just no way for us to know. Yeah. Yeah. The whole atmosphere, like just saints. Oh, that's a little bit bad, here. This is Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj. He's the founder, Acharya of the Gopinath Gaudiya Math, and disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta. Now so that's 1, 2, and 3, and Ananta Vasudev's. I wanted to fix up the samadhi, but people got so upset at me. So now, this is the Pushpa Samadhi of King Birahambira and the Queen Sulochana. Now, I made the plaque up, Pushpa Samadhi. But when I investigated, I asked where the Samadhi was. And the family members had talked to other people, not to me. But they talked to him and said that they last heard that him and his wife went to Vrindavan. So the small little cone there is his wife, and he is there. From what I can understand it, the family members couldn't tell, and then they just could tell that he went to Vrindavan with his wife. So he's the one who helped out Srinivasacharya. He's the one who stole the books, but then became a disciple of Srinivasacharya and helped him out. And he was a great fighter. Well, you can see pictures of him on the internet. He kept the Muslims out of anywhere he was. They were fearful of this Birahambira. So he was a very strong personality. Yeah. Right there, that's the well that the Goswamis were using. It wasn't built up like that, but you know, that's the well. That's where they were getting their well water. Aho Shiva Shankar. And this is the Goshala of Radha Damodar. And this bull right here, he's a well-fed bull. Hmm. 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 Their eye activates a hormone in your body, oxytocin. In other words, oxygen. So, you know, there's an exchange there. There's an exchange. And a beneficial exchange, too. Yeah, they take care of you. You eat and you give milk to Damodar. You don't give milk, but your girlfriend does. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now, Uncle Lokanath, uncle and nephew, but I can't remember who's who. This is Bhugarva. Bhugarva's Goswamis, and Sakhi Charan's Samadhi used to be right here, but it was blocking the pathway. So it was also good to move it from here. So it's Bhugarva. Now Bhugarva and Lokanath Swami were the first people that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent here before he took sannyas, because he didn't want them to feel so bad when he took sannyas. So I don't know if this is the uncle or if this is the nephew. Both of them came and stayed here in Vraj. And their duty was to find all the holy places. And from what I understand, one of the two was even taken by hand by Krishna and shown some of the places. So, now it's dark. This is the Samadhi, and on the other side is the kirtan place of Rupa Goswami. I'm glad he's... Actually, I changed this door one time because it was wood. And then what happened is the people, they would do, during Kartik, they would put so many lights there and almost burn the wood off. So I actually put a piece so that there was steel before the wood. I don't know, I think you can get a good picture. Let's see what we got. Rupa Goswami. Now this stance of Rupa Goswami is actually in a picture drawn by the artist of Akbar. Because Akbar was talking to Rupa Goswami, and his artist drew a picture of them two together. And you can see the picture right there. But someone took the photo, not photo, but it was a drawing, pencil drawing. And they took the picture of Akbar out, and I felt so sad. This happened, you know, very long ago. But still, they took the pencil painting of Akbar out. Akbar was a very important person. He gave land. You know, he was the Muslim leader, but he gave land to Rupa, Sanatan, and them. Very important person. Okay. Sounds like a dog. Quit crying. Yeah, quit crying, dog. Oh. This is pretty well built up from what it was when Prabhupada was here. There wasn't any of this. There was the samadhi. The true samadhis were there. They're very ancient. But not, this is all enclosed.